One thing this video needs.
K-pop!
KPop Demon Hunters is still an amazing movie. Even after several rewatches, it holds up incredibly well. The story remains engaging, the characters are vibrant and full of charm, and the soundtrack is just as catchy as ever. Every scene bursts with energy and emotion, blending action, heart, and music in a way that few animated films manage to do. Whether you are a hardcore K-pop fan or someone who has never touched the genre, this movie has something for everyone. It is stylish, heartfelt, and endlessly rewatchable. A perfect fusion of fantasy, culture, and rhythm. Meanwhile, Sword Art Online is the complete opposite. Calling it a disappointment is generous. It is hard enough to sit through one episode, let alone rewatch the entire series without cringing. The writing is sloppy and riddled with plot holes, the pacing is uneven, and the characters are flatter than the digital worlds they are trapped in. What could have been a groundbreaking concept about virtual reality and human connection instead turns into a frustrating mess of cliches and wasted potential. Honestly, anyone who manages to survive the entire series without cringing or rolling their eyes deserves an award for their endurance. It is honestly baffling how anyone can unironically enjoy Sword Art Online. One would think they just discovered anime yesterday and somehow made Sword Art Online their first and only show. Because the moment you have seen literally anything else, it becomes painfully clear that Sword Art Online is pure garbage. The author himself has openly admitted in multiple interviews that he does not plan anything in advance. He simply makes things up as he goes along. He has even acknowledged that the series is riddled with plot holes, and that other writers probably could have handled the story far better. And yet, Sword Art Online fans treat the show as if it is some flawless masterpiece descended from the heavens. To them, Sword Art Online is not just an anime, it's the pinnacle of human achievement. The crown jewel of civilization. They idolize Sword Art Online, the way ancient Greek civilizations worshipped gods like Zeus, unquestioning, fanatical, and completely detached from reality. Meanwhile, anyone who dares to voice even mild criticism is immediately swarmed and attacked for committing the ultimate sin of having a different opinion. It is honestly both sad and a little bit tragic. If you thought flat earthers were strange, then you have not met Sword Art Online fans yet. Many of them have developed a kind of blind devotion to the series that borders on obsession. They treat any criticism as a personal attack and immediately go on the defensive, often resorting to insults instead of reasonable discussion. What makes it worse is that they refuse to acknowledge the show's flaws, its shallow writing, repetitive arcs, and inconsistent world-building, and instead insist that Sword Art Online is the peak of storytelling. This unwillingness to accept differing opinions or engage in meaningful debate turns what could have been a passionate fan base into a toxic echo chamber. When fans attack anyone who disagrees and shut out better anime or stories, it reflects poorly on the community as a whole. Their obsession prevents them from exploring other, more creative works that might actually expand their tastes. In the end, they trap themselves in the same virtual world they claim to love so much. Sword Art Online fans really need to grow up and see the world as it truly is. There is so much better content available, yet they choose to rewatch Sword Art Online for the 900th time instead of exploring something new. Whatever the case may be, it is ultimately their loss. They are the ones missing out on great movies and shows such as K-Pop Demon Hunters. Anyone with good taste knows that K-Pop Demon Hunters is far superior to Sword Art Online. Let us explore the film and examine what makes it so exceptional.
What happens when the dazzling world of K-pop collides with the dark and mysterious legends of ancient Korea? You get K-Pop Demon Hunters, an electrifying adventure where music, mythology, and supernatural battles come together in one epic story. It's packed with heart-pounding action, jaw-dropping style, and non-stop thrills. This isn't just a fight between good and evil. It's a high-energy spectacle that blends modern pop culture with timeless folklore. In this video, we'll dive into the story, introduce you to the unforgettable characters, uncover the cultural roots, and spotlight the most breathtaking moments. If you're into legendary myths, powerful music, or gorgeous animation, this is an experience you won't want to miss. The animation is brought to life by Sony Pictures Animation. They've delivered groundbreaking successes like the Spider-Verse films, but they've also stumbled with infamous misfires such as the Emoji Movie. Sony Pictures Animation animation has always had an uneven track record, which makes K-Pop Demon Hunters all the more impressive. This film shows just how extraordinary the studio can be when all the right elements fall into place. Apparently, because of the deal they signed with Netflix, Sony is only expected to make around $20 million in profit from this movie. For a project of this scale, that number isn't actually very high. Big-budget animated films often aim for much larger returns. But hey, Morbius supposedly made a more $1 billion at the box office, so I guess they're not too worried. Sony traded the possibility of a huge box office payout for the security of an upfront licensing deal. It guaranteed them profit with less financial risk, but also capped how much they could ultimately earn from what could have been a massive hit. What's baffling is that somehow Madam Web was considered worthy of a full theatrical release, while K-Pop Demon Hunters got relegated straight to streaming. The priorities feel completely upside down, but then again, this is Sony we're talking about. K-Pop Demon Hunters was first conceived in 2018, around June or July. That's when the initial idea began taking shape. This early development period is important. The creators had to go through years of planning, writing, and refining before the film could reach the stage we see today. Sony initially passed on this movie after the pitch because they thought it was too risky to make a film with a full Asian cast and a story deeply rooted in Korean culture, which is something that hadn't been done before. Sure, K-pop was at its peak, but there was a concern it might plateau, creating a lot of uncertainty around the project. The filmmakers pitched the movie to Netflix instead, and the platform loved it. Netflix funded the entire project and handled distribution, while Sony Pictures Animation took on the creation and production of the film. It's great that Netflix took the chance, giving audiences this movie. A similar thing happened with Squid Game. The creator first conceived the story in 2008 and spent the following year developing it into a full script, but couldn't find a company willing to fund it until Netflix stepped in and made it happen. It really shows how challenging it can be to get a movie or show off the ground. Even the most brilliant ideas often face rejection at first, dismissed as too risky or unconventional. It takes vision and courage from someone willing to take a chance to transform those ideas into reality, showing that determination and faith in a story can ultimately transform the world of entertainment. This is actually Netflix's most watched original movie of all time, which is remarkable in itself. What makes this achievement even more impressive is that it surpassed blockbuster films featuring A-list actors and massive marketing campaigns. For an animated movie without any major celebrity names attached, reaching such a milestone speaks volumes about its global appeal, the power of its story, and the cultural resonance of K-pop combined with mythology. It's a clear case of how strong material can draw audiences even without famous names, showing that imagination and ideas can sometimes outweigh traditional fame. The team is called Huntrix, and it's a smart name. They hunt demons, so the hunt section is clear. The tricks ending comes from a term that refers to a woman linked to an action or role. Combined, Huntrix strongly reflects who they are as women who hunt demons. The name lends the team a rare and striking quality while also feeling strong and uplifting. It's brief, memorable, and sticks in the mind. At the same time, it hints at danger and action within the story. It also carries strong visual value for logos, merchandise, or stylized lettering, making it an ideal match for both the film and its world. The film fully reflects what K-pop followers are like at a live show. The energy and emotion are electric, and you can sense the thrill and loyalty of the crowd in every scene. It shows joy, intensity, and togetherness. At times, it even feels like you're watching a documentary. The fans include individuals of every age and gender. In reality, K-pop acts draw a wide range of admirers. This variety shows the universal draw of the music and the bond listeners feel with the idols. The crowd is also holding light sticks, adding to the thrill and creating a dazzling, colorful setting. This mirrors what takes place at real K-pop concerts, where fans wave light sticks to cheer, to show love for their favorite singers, and form a synchronized sea of light. It's one of the elements that make K-pop shows so distinct and immersive, and the film conveys that energy in a way that makes you feel as if you're standing right there in the audience. The range of art styles shown in Huntrix's merchandise echoes the method New Jeans used during their Get Up era, when they embraced varied looks. The movie carries fascinating lore and world building. It's thrilling to learn about the demons who have always haunted the human world and take souls to channel force back to their king. The story does a strong job showing their ranks, talents, and drives, which makes the world feel rich and alive. We see how new demons are formed after the Demon King absorbs the souls of humans. This hints that all demons were once humans, transformed once the Demon King claims their souls. This sparks a compelling question. How did the demons originate? If each demon began as a human, then who or what was the very first demon? Could it have been a curse, a divine punishment, or a corruption that slowly spread through time? The movie never tells us, yet that leaves room for later stories to reveal the origin of the demons. Learning how this cycle began would be very alluring. The demon designs also stand out. They feel unlike the demons shown in other films and series, like Demon Slayer, with distinct forms that make each one memorable. This creative vision makes fights feel novel and thrilling. Demons are a core element within Korean folklore and mythology, so weaving them into the tale roots the movie in authentic tradition, making the world building even richer. The demons in this movie are similar to dokebi. Unlike classic evil spirits, they're often sly tricksters who may aid or hinder humans based on how they're treated. This links the fictional demons in the movie to famous figures from Korean folklore and myth. The Demon King's name actually comes from a fantasy novel from the Joseon era. A woman with supernatural powers battles a demon lord with the same name. The word itself means ghost and evil, which fits the character's dark and menacing role in the movie. Moreover, Magui means devil or Satan in Korean, so the name of the Demon King is literally that in reverse. Before settling on the Demon King's name, the creators considered Duokshini, which is a malevolent spirit in Korean folklore. It symbolizes psychological torment and overwhelming burdens. The switch may have been made to keep the name simpler and more accessible to an English-speaking audience, while still capturing the essence of a terrifying supernatural presence. The Demon King was originally meant to be a wannabe K-pop idol. It would have been fascinating to see this version of the character, since jealousy and envy could have driven his motivation. The idea of a demon craving the spotlight, desperate to achieve the fame and adoration human idols receive, which adds a layer of irony and complexity. His resentment toward the characters could have come not just from being a demon, but from feeling overshadowed and excluded from the glamorous world he longed to join. Had they gone in this direction, the character would have been voiced by J.Y. Park, the founder of JYP Entertainment. This casting choice is very fitting, since he's not only a legendary producer and industry figure, but also a singer, often blurring the line between executive and idol. Having him voice a demon who aspires to be a K-pop star would have been a clever meta joke. In the early stages of development, the Demon King was imagined with a more monstrous look, inspired by traditional Korean masks. These masks, with their exaggerated features and fearsome expressions, were used in temples and performances to ward off evil spirits. Through this imagery, the creators tied the Demon King to a long cultural tradition of both safety and fear. The Demon King's voice actor stands out as the only cast member to work in both the English and Korean versions of the film. His involvement adds extra weight to the role, especially given his worldwide recognition. Many will know him as the frontman from Squid Game, another unforgettable Netflix villain rooted in Korean storytelling. The release date made his role even more striking. K-Pop Demon Hunters arrived just 1 week before the final season of Squid Game, marking a high-visibility moment in his career and an unforgettable stretch for fans who saw him dominate 2 major screen events in the same week. This also means he has now taken on the villain role in Netflix's most famous series and their most famous film. At this stage, Netflix might as well crown him their official go-to bad guy. The singers were born with voices strong enough to drive demons back to their realm. Through music, they created unity, and from this connection, the first hunters forged a mystical shield for our world called the Hun Moon. It's a strong narrative creative choice. Music isn't just for show here. It functions as strength, unity, and magic. Each song carries weight, showing how music can motivate and strengthen both fans and heroes. Unlike other musicals, where the songs are added into the story, the music in this film is fully woven into the narrative. Every song advances the story, deepens the characters, and heightens the emotion, making it fully fused with the journey itself. In a weaker film, the characters might have simply been K-pop idols who also happen to fight demons. Here, their voices are central to the action. The songs aren't just decorative, they're the very engine of the story, giving the characters meaningful reason and driving the conflict forward.
How much of K-pop Demon Hunters actually reflects real K-pop? Let's break the movie down and see what's accurate. The Huntrix fans wave light sticks in unison, perfectly mirroring the vibrant energy of real K-pop concerts. Just like actual fandoms cheering for their favorite idols, these animated fans create a sense of community and shared excitement that feels strikingly authentic. K-pop fans carry light sticks as a way to visually show support for their favorite group. Each group usually has a custom-designed light stick with unique colors or shapes, making it instantly recognizable. At concerts, fans wave them in sync to create a spectacular sea of lights, often coordinated with the music and choreography. Huntrix is stylized in all caps with a slash replacing the I. This is a common trend in real K-pop, where group logos often use creative spelling, symbols, or unique typography to stand out and build a memorable brand identity. The Huntrix fans carry homemade signs, which is a heartfelt way to show their support for the group. Just like in real K-pop fandoms, these banners highlight individual dedication and creativity. The fans are made up of all genders and ages, similar to real-life K-pop fandoms, which are famously diverse. K-pop draws a wide range of fans, creating a welcoming, inclusive community. The fans are decked out in custom merchandise, featuring the Huntrix branding. In real life, fans do the same, proudly wearing official group merch to concerts and events to show their loyalty and connect with other fans. Mira is the visual and lead dancer of Huntrix. In K-pop, the group's visual is the member who most closely embodies Korean beauty standards and is regarded as the most visually appealing. Their appearance helps define the group's style and appeal. While their role emphasizes looks, visuals are also expected to embody the group's charisma and presence. The lead dancer of a K-pop group is the member who not only leads the group in choreography, but also helps guide practice sessions and coordinates formations during performances. They often set the standard for dance technique and timing, making sure the group moves as a cohesive unit. The visual and the lead dancer are usually separate roles. While sometimes the visual is also a skilled dancer, it's not the norm, and most groups keep these roles distinct to balance performance and image. Mira wore a black sleeping bag to the Met Gala. In real life, K-pop idols often attend the Met Gala. Zoe is the rapper and lyricist. In a K-pop group, the rapper's main role is to deliver the rap sections of songs, which often include fast-paced, rhythmically complex verses. Rappers frequently write or co-write their own lyrics. Beyond singing, they bring energy, attitude, and stage presence to performances, helping to create dynamic contrasts within songs and emphasizing key emotional or thematic moments. Zoe grew up in Burbank, California, USA. In real life, many K-pop idols were born or raised in the United States, bringing diverse cultural experiences to their groups and often helping bridge international fan bases with fluency in English and an understanding of Western pop culture. Additionally, a lot of K-pop idols aren't exclusively of Korean descent. The industry is home to a wide variety of talent from across Asia and beyond. This diversity shows how the genre has transcended national boundaries. Zoe is the youngest member. In K-pop, the youngest member often gets a special spotlight. It's uncommon for the youngest member to be the main rapper in K-pop. Main rappers usually require experience and skill, so older members typically fill the role. Rumi is the leader. In K-pop, the leader plays a crucial role beyond just performing. They often act as the spokesperson for the group, guide practice sessions, and help maintain group cohesion. Leaders are usually the most experienced or responsible members, providing support to other members and representing the group in interviews and media appearances. Rumi's mom was a former member of another group called the Sunlight Sisters. Nepotism isn't very common in K-pop, as most idols train for years under strict systems and are selected based on talent, dedication, and potential. Having a family connection is rare. None of the Huntrix members are using stage names. They're all simply going by their real first names. In K-pop, it's much more common for idols to adopt stage names. Using a stage name can also help idols separate their public persona from their private life, giving them a sense of privacy and control over their image. Many Huntrix fans find themselves drawn to a particular member of the group. In K-pop culture, this chosen favorite is affectionately known as a bias. The concept of having a bias is a big part of fandom culture. While fans may enjoy the group as a whole, having a bias makes the experience more personal and meaningful, creating a deeper emotional connection between the artist and the fan. Rumi and Mira dyed their hair, something that's common for idols. Changing hair colors is almost like a tradition. It keeps their image fresh and helps them stand out during different comebacks or concepts. For fans, a new hair color often signals a new era or transformation. Bobby is the manager of Huntrix. In real life, groups also have managers who play a crucial behind-the-scenes role. They handle schedules, manage travel, and make sure the group stays on track during promotions. The Huntrix girls eat a lot of food right before the concert, but this isn't very realistic. Idols follow strict, carefully planned diets to maintain their health, stamina, and stage-ready physiques. Idols avoid heavy food before performances since it can cause sluggishness, discomfort, and affect singing. Huntrix has their own branded private plane, which looks flashy and luxurious. But in real life, idols don't have permanent planes with their group logos. Top-tier groups may travel on chartered private jets for convenience during international tours, but these are temporary arrangements handled by their agencies. Most of the time, idols fly on commercial flights. Agencies take care of logistics, safety, and schedules. The characters eat ramyeon with their branding on it. Many food products collaborate with groups, featuring the logo, images of the idols, or special edition packaging. These collaborations are popular marketing strategies and give fans a fun, collectible way to connect with their favorite idols. There's also K-pop Demon Hunters branded food in real life, so fans can enjoy a taste of the movie beyond the screen. A fan got a Huntrix tattoo. Many K-pop fans choose to get tattoos dedicated to their favorite groups or idols. These tattoos often celebrate a meaningful song, logo, or symbol. The characters are late to their own concert, but in real life, this almost never happens. Idols and their agencies meticulously plan schedules, rehearsals, and travel to ensure performances start on time. Punctuality is a key part of professionalism in the industry, and fans expect shows to begin as scheduled. The songs feature a lively mix of English and Korean lyrics, reflecting the authentic style of K-pop. Many songs include English lines to make the music more catchy and suited for international audiences. This blending of languages also adds style and rhythm, helping hooks and choruses stand out. The concert takes place at the Seoul Olympic Stadium. This is a large, multi-purpose venue in Seoul, South Korea. Over the years, many groups have taken the stage here. Jinu makes a finger heart. It's a cute and simple way to show love and thanks to fans. The move is swift and easy to notice, making it ideal for photos, videos, and live shows. The girls have their own team of stylists and assistants. In the industry, idols work with fashion stylists, hairstylists, makeup artists, and assistants who manage their looks. The team often ensures the idols have everything they need on set, including food and water, so they stay energized and comfortable. How It's Done is currently charting at #1. Chart results serve as a key measure of a song's success in K-pop, as they reflect both the immediate popularity of a release and the loyalty of a fandom. Several songs from this film even made real-world charts. Huntrix has their own building, but in real life, most groups work out of their agency's building. Full ownership of a building is financially unrealistic. Rumi launches Huntrix's new single Golden, suggesting the team controls its own releases. In reality, agencies usually direct the creation, marketing, and distribution of new singles. Releases are carefully organized by agencies, which guide every stage of the launch. This helps the song reach a wider audience, boost streaming counts, and achieve chart success. The girls, like real idols, have a variety of outfits for shows, music videos, and events. Several wardrobe changes are carefully arranged to suit each song's idea, dance, and visual style to keep fans engaged. Here's a fun fact. The movie features the most costumes of any animated film ever. The music video for Golden showcases the girls in a series of elaborate, visually striking scenes, each highlighting different outfits, choreography, and set designs. Just like in real music videos, it blends storytelling and high-fashion visuals. Many viewers are watching the music video for Golden. This mirrors real-world launches. Fans worldwide are sharing on social media about the song, which feels very real. Social media buzz drives songs and videos to trend across the globe and links fans from many nations. Idols often join variety or talk shows to unveil new songs and bond with fans. Such shows raise a song's visibility, draw fan interest, and offer a closer look at the character and unity of the members.
K-pop Demon Hunters is full of Easter eggs, secret details, and clever references. Fans of Huntrix are wearing merchandise depicting the members in a fun Powerpuff Girls-inspired cartoon style. This playful branding matches the innovative and trend-defining spirit of New Jeans. The woman and girl in this scene are are none other than Jinu's mother and younger sister. The Sunlight Sisters won the Idol Awards in 1997, which is the same year that SES debuted in real life. The Sunlight Sisters are modeled after SES. Mira's black sleeping bag style outfit echoes Solange's iconic black puffer coat look from 2017. Over the years, several K-pop idols have also made memorable appearances at this prestigious event. Zoe is the maknae, which means she's the youngest member of the group. The characters eat ramyeon with their own branding on it. Zoe's version is hamburger flavored, which is a playful nod to her American heritage, since hamburgers are one of the most iconic foods associated with the United States. On the packaging, she's depicted wearing the classic Uncle Sam hat. This patriotic symbol reinforces her connection to American culture. The characters are late to their own concert, and Rumi says they'll be there in 3. They actually arrive in just under 3 minutes of real movie time. The characters wear norige, traditional Korean ornaments. They function as decoration while also symbolizing fortune, protection, or status. Creator Maggie Kang voices the flight attendant demon. Additionally, she voices the crying demon and the newscaster. The flight attendant demon first says Miss Hunter, but quickly changes it to Huntrix at the last second to avoid revealing her true identity.
Miss Huntrix.
The characters jump out of a plane. This moment closely resembles a scene in the music video for I Am by IVE. The lyrics of How It's Done feature the phrase 1 in a million, referring to both Twice's greeting and their song of the same name. The song also includes the phrase blood, sweat, and tears, clearly alluding to BTS's hit song. Moreover, Zoe slips in clever pop culture references to Snow White and Rambo. She modernizes the fairy tale classic with the line, "Mirror, mirror on my phone," a twist on the evil queen's phrase reimagined for the smartphone era. Later, Zoe channels action hero energy with the line, "But when shootin' my words, I go Rambo." Rumi performs the rider kick, a signature finishing move from the Kamen Rider series. The concert takes place at the iconic Seoul Olympic Stadium, a venue that has hosted countless legendary K-pop performances. Jinu is standing on an Ilju-moon, the traditional one-pillar gate at the entrance of a Korean Buddhist temple. The name Jinu is derived from the South Korean hip-hop duo Jinu Sean. The way the Saja boys pose is similar to the exaggerated, stylish stances seen in the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The name Saja comes from Joseon Saja, which are the psychopomps from Korean mythology. Saja also means lion in Korean, which explains why the logo for the Saja boys features a lion and why their fandom is called Pride. Twice's song Strategy is charting in 2nd place. This is a real song released in December 2024 and features a collaboration with American rapper Megan Thee Stallion. The song plays in the background of the next scene. The light shines on Rumi's left eye, the same eye that later transforms when she becomes demonic. In the music video for Golden, the characters stand on a plane, which is another visual parallel to a scene in the I Am music video where the members perform on a plane. The songs are so alike that a YouTube video merged them into a mashup called I Am Golden. Additionally, the car scene bears a resemblance to a moment from IVE's Love Dive music video.
KPop Demon Hunters makes K-pop look amazing, but how much of the movie is really true to real K-pop? Huntrix's logo uses all caps and the eye is shown as a slash, which is a common trend in K-pop. A lot of groups use unique typography for their names to make themselves stand out. Fans hold up homemade signs and wear custom merchandise, just like real K-pop fans do to show love and support. The crowd includes people of all ages and genders, highlighting the diversity that's a defining feature of K-pop fandoms. Mira is Huntrix's visual and lead dancer. In K-pop, the visual is the member who's considered the most attractive. Mira also attended the Met Gala, following the example of K-pop idols who used the event to showcase daring outfits and reach an international audience. Zoe is Huntrix's rapper and lyricist. In the K-pop industry, not all idols write their own lyrics. Some idols focus primarily on performing and dancing, while others contribute significantly to the creative process. Raised in Burbank, California, Zoe represents the international background seen in many K-pop idols. Rumi is Huntrix's leader. Like traditional K-pop leaders, she acts as the voice of the group. The leader is usually the oldest in the group, and that's the case here too, since Rumi is the oldest of the three. Rumi's mother was a member of another group, the Sunlight Sisters. K-pop idols are normally selected based on talent, dedication, and years of training, so family connections are rare. None of the Huntrix members use stage names. Stage names are very common in the K-pop industry. Fans gravitate toward a particular member, which is known as a bias in K-pop culture. Some characters have dyed their hair, which is a practice that is typical among K-pop idols. Idols often change their hair color to match a new concept or to present a fresh image. Bobby is Huntrix's manager. Much like real K-pop managers who coordinate schedules, oversee daily activities, and ensure the group stays on track. The girls eat a lot of food before their concert, but actual idols follow strict diets. They skip big meals before going on stage, since a full stomach can leave them feeling sluggish. Huntrix even has their very own aircraft, but idols generally travel on commercial flights. The characters eat noodles with their branding on the packaging. Collabs between idol groups and food brands are a common sight in the industry. A company even created authentic, edible versions of this food. A fan got a Huntrix tattoo, reflecting a popular practice within K-pop fandoms. The characters are late to their own concert, but idols and their agencies carefully plan schedules and travel to guarantee punctual performances. The songs mix English and Korean lyrics, which is true to K-pop style. The fans are waving light sticks, which faithfully depicts the vibrant energy and visual spectacle of genuine K-pop concerts. The girls have stylists and assistants. This mirrors actual K-pop idols, who work with dedicated teams to maintain their looks and ensure smooth performances. How it's done is charting at number 1. Chart rankings in K-pop reveal not just how popular a group is, but also the loyalty and support of their fans. Huntrix has their own building, but real groups operate out of their agency's offices, as full ownership of a building is impractical. Rumi launches Huntrix's new single Golden, suggesting the group controls its releases. However, the agency should handle the production, marketing, and distribution of the singles. The girls have a wide variety of outfits. For K-pop idols, every wardrobe change is carefully planned to match the concept and visual style of each song, keeping fans fully engaged. The Golden music video includes elaborate scenes, combining storytelling with high-fashion visuals, much like real K-pop music videos. Many viewers are watching and sharing the video on social media, as true K-pop fans often do. Idols often appear on talk shows to promote new songs and connect with fans. The girls practice on stage before the show. Idols spend hours rehearsing choreography and stage layouts to ensure seamless performances. Bobby earns 3% of Huntrix's income, but managers are supposed to be salaried employees rather than taking a cut of the group's earnings. The girls visit a clinic to help Rumi with a voice problem. K-pop idols often strain their vocal cords, so routine visits to voice doctors are common. The girls appear on the cover of the magazine, much like magazines that feature real-life idols. They highlight their fashion, promote new songs, and celebrate their achievements. The girls did a photo shoot for a soda brand. K-pop idols often collaborate with various companies for endorsements, which boost advertising and provide additional income. The Saja Boys hold a free street show to perform their song, but in reality, large free street performances are rare. Safety, crowd control, and costs usually make ticketed venues the standard. The Saja Boys perform the finger heart gesture, which is a widely recognized symbol of affection in K-pop culture. The Saja Boys appear on a variety show to play games and take on a hot sauce challenge. K-pop idols join these shows to show off their personalities and keep fans entertained. Huntrix and the Saja Boys bow to each other, following Korean customs. Idols bow to fellow artists, seniors, and colleagues as a sign of respect. The Saja Boys go viral after their variety show appearance, demonstrating how groups often gain global attention from memorable show moments. The girls write a diss track aimed at the Saja Boys, but professional K-pop idols rarely release songs attacking rivals. Rumi is given a tonic that turns out to be just grape juice, while real idols are more often spotted with coffee, bubble tea, vitamin water, or other health drinks. Rumi and Jinu meet in a random spot for a conversation, but meetings between leaders of different groups usually happen in formal or industry settings. The Saja Boys have a subway train covered in their branding. K-pop groups collaborate with transit or brands to decorate trains with logos and images for new songs or tours. Their fans go by the name Pride, and it fits perfectly since Saja means lion in Korean. In K-pop, fandom names like this are never random. They're picked to capture the group's spirit and create a powerful bond with fans. Huntrix throws a fan event just like in real K-pop, where idols meet fans, sign albums, and share quick interactions, usually to celebrate a new release. However, a joint fan signing with the Saja Boys is unlikely, as fan events are carefully organized to manage crowds safely. Even groups from the same company usually run their fan events separately. A fan ships Rumi and Jinu together, showing how K-pop fans often imagine close friendships or romantic pairings between idols. Agencies usually avoid confirming relationships to prevent negative fan reactions, so shipping is a fan-driven activity. The characters receive gifts from fans, a gesture that echoes the real-life practices of K-pop fandoms, where presenting thoughtful items is a common way to show support. The Saja Boys reveal their fan club has grown to 50 million members, which is remarkably high considering they've only released a single song. Top K-pop groups can amass huge followings through viral music videos. The Saja Boys even have their own branded drinks, just like real collabs where idols team up with beverage companies to drop special edition products. The International Idol Awards is modeled after actual K-pop award shows, where groups attend glamorous events recognizing achievements in sales, streaming, and artistry. The other girls leaving the stage while Rumi sings Golden isn't typical. Even when a member has a solo part, the rest of the group remains on stage. Switching songs mid-performance, such as from Golden to Takedown, is highly unlikely, as singers don't abruptly change songs without prior preparation. The Saja Boys performing at Namsan Tower wouldn't be realistic, as the tower doesn't have a proper venue for large-scale concerts. Rumi coming to perform her own song wouldn't happen in real-life K-pop concerts. K-pop shows are meticulously organized, so a spontaneous performance could disrupt schedules and even lead to legal issues. The girls visit a bathhouse together, similar to how idols with intense schedules use such visits to recover and unwind. The girls meet fans randomly on the street, but in reality, agencies carefully manage all fan interactions to protect safety and privacy. A billboard announces Huntrix's comeback. In K-pop, a comeback refers to an artist or group releasing new music after a break. That wraps up the comparison between K-pop Demon Hunters and real-life K-pop. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe.
What happens when the dazzling world of K-pop collides with the dark and mysterious legends of ancient Korea? You get K-pop Demon Hunters, an electrifying adventure where music, mythology, and supernatural battles come together in one epic story. This film is packed with heart-pounding action, jaw-dropping style, and non-stop thrills. It's a high-energy spectacle that blends modern pop culture with timeless folklore. The animation is brought to life by Sony Pictures Animation, the studio behind the Spider-Verse films. They've also produced the infamous Emoji Movie, which was a critical and commercial failure. But K-pop Demon Hunters is a triumphant return to form for the studio. It's a stunning visual feast that will keep you on the edge of your seat. If you're a fan of legendary myths, you won't want to miss this movie.
The girls are training on stage before the show, which is very common. Idols devote hours to rehearsing dance and stage layouts before shows. Such rehearsals are vital for aligning tough routines, but in real life, managers are normally on salary instead of taking a share of the earnings, which feels very true for idols. Long hours of training, studio work, and shows can strain vocal cords, so idols often visit doctors or voice clinics to treat issues such as hoarseness or tiredness. Mira reads a magazine with the girls on the cover, which mirrors real life. Such features show their fashion, advertise new songs, and emphasize their success. The girls did a photo shoot for a soda brand. In real life, large free street shows are very rare. Safety, crowd control, and costs make ticketed venues the norm. The Saja Boys are on a variety show where they play games and see who can drink the most hot sauce. These visits also show fans more about the group and its members. In real life, idols taking on spicy food or extreme eating challenges.
This song the Hunters sing is about bringing light to the darkness and lifting their voices in harmony. With these unshakable sounds, they aim to heal the world. It's a message that resonates deeply, and the lyrics feel perfectly in tune with the story being told. When the demons are defeated, they burst into clouds of colorful smoke and glitter. It's a lighthearted way for the movie to keep the action exciting while still holding on to its PG rating by avoiding blood or graphic violence altogether. The Han Moon is an original creation made for the movie. In Korean, the word roughly translates to soul door or soul gate, though in the context of the film, it functions more like a mystical barrier or shield than a literal doorway. The name still feels fitting, however, since it represents a threshold between worlds, dividing the human realm from the supernatural. The idea seems to draw influence from traditional Korean rituals led by shamans, meant to link the human and spirit worlds. These ceremonies often center on fostering harmony, shielding communities, and maintaining balance between mortals and the supernatural, which aligns seamlessly with the way the Honmun functions in the story. The hunters resemble Korean shamans, which is fascinating. The film weaves traditional spiritual rites into the narrative, blending myth, song, and cultural elements in a way that feels authentic and enthralling. Music has always been a strong force for bringing humans together. It's amazing to see that shown directly in this film, where united through song forges the bond that shields the human world from the demon realm. This gives the story both grandeur and familiarity, showing how the unifying force of music can serve as a true source of strength.
What happens when K-pop collides with ancient Korean mythology? You get K-pop Demon Hunters, an action-packed and stylish adventure that's as fun as it is unique. In this video, we'll explore the story, the characters, the cultural roots, and the most jaw-dropping moments. If you love epic myths, unforgettable music, or stunning animation, you're in the right place. The animation comes from Sony Pictures Animation, a studio with a history that's as unpredictable as it is ambitious. They're the creative force, behind groundbreaking hits like the Spider-Verse films, but also behind notorious misfires like the Emoji Movie. Their track record has always been uneven, which makes K-pop Demon Hunters even more remarkable. In the midst of highs and lows, this film proves what the studio can achieve when everything comes together. Apparently, because of the deal they signed with Netflix, Sony is only expected to make around $20 million in profit from this movie. For a project of this scale, that number isn't actually very high. Big-budget animated films often aim for much larger returns, but hey, Morbius supposedly made a more $1 billion at the box office, so I guess they're not too worried. Sony traded the possibility of a huge box office payout for the security of an upfront licensing deal. It guaranteed them profit with less financial risk, but also capped how much they could ultimately earn from what could have been a massive hit. The movie was first conceived in the summer of 2018, around June or July. That's when the initial idea for K-pop Demon Hunters began taking shape. This early development period is important because it shows how long the project has been in the works. From that starting point, the creators had to go through years of planning, writing, and refining before the film could reach the stage we see today. Sony initially passed on this movie after the pitch because they thought it was too risky to make a film with a full Asian cast and a story deeply rooted in Korean culture, which is something that hadn't been done before. Sure, K-pop was at its peak, but there was a concern it might plateau, creating a lot of uncertainty around the project. The filmmakers pitched the movie to Netflix instead, and the platform loved it. Netflix funded the entire project and handled distribution, while Sony Pictures Animation took on the creation and production of the film. It's great that Netflix took the chance, giving audiences this movie. A similar thing happened with Squid Game. The creator came up with the story back in 2009, but couldn't find a company willing to fund it until Netflix stepped in and made it happen. It really shows how challenging it can be to get a movie or show off the ground. Even the most brilliant ideas often face rejection at first, dismissed as too risky or unconventional. It takes vision and courage from someone willing to take a chance to transform those ideas into reality, proving that persistence and belief in a story can ultimately change the entertainment landscape.
SM Entertainment had a dream to dominate not just Korea, but China too. They built one of K-pop's most ambitious projects ever, a single boy group that would operate in 2 languages and 2 markets. That group was EXO, which debuted in 2012. It consisted of 12 members divided into 2 subunits, EXO-K, who would sing in Korean, and EXO-M, who would sing in Mandarin. It was a revolutionary concept for its time. Both subunits released the same songs, performed the same choreography, and even filmed the same music videos, just in different languages. The idea was that two groups could exist in parallel and grow together as one united brand. EXO-K focused on the Korean market, performing on local music shows and connecting with the booming K-pop audience. EXO-M brought those same songs and performances to Chinese fans in their own language. It sounded amazing, right? Fans could pick their language, favorite bias, and region, but still feel connected in the same universe. It showed just how confident SM was at the time. They weren't just selling tunes. They were selling globalization. EXO-M was supposed to conquer China's massive market, but instead it became a cautionary tale of everything that can go wrong when K-pop tries to go global. Fast forward 7 years later to 2019, and SM tried again. This time they launched WayV, a Chinese subunit of NCT, and somehow it worked. WayV isn't just successful, they're one of the most respected and loved subunits in the NCT universe. They tour, trend, and thrive in both China and internationally. So what changed? Why did WayV succeed where EXO-M failed? Was it timing, management, or something deeper about identity, fandom, and globalization? Let's dive into the story of SM's two Chinese subunits and explore how they had the same concept, but totally different outcomes. Why did WayV succeed while EXO-M fell short? EXO debuted in 2012 and quickly rose to fame, becoming one of the most influential and beloved K-pop boy groups of their generation. With their powerful performances, captivating concepts, and strong fandom support, they achieved massive success both in South Korea and internationally. However, behind the glittering stage lights, not everything was as perfect as it seemed. Chris left in May 2014, followed by Luhan in October 2014, and Tao in August 2015. It has now been more than a decade since their departures, and fans often wonder, what happened to them after leaving? Where are they now, and how have their careers and lives unfolded since stepping away from one of K-pop's biggest groups?